So John, the one thing that I can say this month that's consistent about real estate is the amount of inconsistency in real estate.
Well, it's a given. Change is going to happen every month.
We've had a bit of a roller coaster August. As much as we want to say things are consistent, or hear in the media that things have been in the Oakville markets, we're decreased month over month and we were increased year over year.
Right.
I gave you an example. We were talking earlier about a home that sold last year in a neighborhood for $1.4 million. And the house right next door sold this year for right around $3 million.
And that was a new custom home.
If you looked at only the numbers, you'd think, oh my God, why did he get over double the price of this guy? What it doesn't tell you is the 1.4 is possibly a rebuild or a tear down.
Tear down building lot.
And the $3 million plus home was already rebuilt. So when we talk about the inconsistencies, that consistency in statistics, why it's so important to drill down and look at those numbers to see what's going on.
All the numbers will tell you one thing, but you really have to look at what's happening at the ground level on your street, in your neighborhood. What was the physical structure attached to that sale price? What was it? What did it look like?
And that's why we put so much detail into all those homes that sell, so that our clients can see what's really going on in their neighborhood. Because again, as we talked about with August, we've seen some of that. We've seen where a year ago, a totally different mix of homes sold in a neighborhood than what's sold this year. The immediate reaction is that, oh my God, the market's changed, but the reality is it's very little change that's taken place. So the numbers in August, yeah, they look a little different, but when you drill down, I was actually quite happy with some of the results that I saw.
Well, we're a good 16 to 17 months past the first rate increase, and so we saw a pretty precipitous slide that following the rate, when this rate hike started happening. Now we're comparing year over year to prices that had already come down a bit, and we're not seeing wild fluctuations. So you mentioned already that month over month, most communities around here were down a bit.
But that's normal for a July to August shift.
Yeah, exactly. You would expect it. It's seasonal. But year over year, many communities are actually up a few points. I mean, Hamilton and Burlington are both up about 4 or 5 points. Looking at individual neighborhoods, like so you roll up all of Hamilton or all of Burlington or all of Oakville, you're going to get one picture. But when you look at each neighborhood within those communities, it's going to be a little bit different. You take Hamilton down 5 points on the month in price, up 5 points year over year. But if I look at Dundas, it's actually up 2 points on the month.
Which is odd last month.
Very odd. So, a little shining star there in Dundas. But
and if you look at that mix of sales in Dundas, are they comparable homes that have sold, or has something changed in that mix as well?
Nothing stood out to me as wildly different than any other month.
As much as we hear doom and gloom on the media all the time, interest rates are going to change everything. House prices are fluctuating all over the place. You really dig down and look at what's going on, I think a lot of it's just hyperbole around what's happening, and you really got to look at what's happening in your neighborhood to make the right decisions. Wednesday hit with the rate announcement, which is good news for people out there, but who did that really impact?
Not many.
It impacted the people, obviously, that are sitting on variable mortgages, or people that are coming up on renewals from longer term.
Well, it impacted those folks in the sense that they could breathe a sigh of relief. Nothing changed for at least till the next rate announcement.
Absolutely, and the interest rates have an impact on those people. But the homeowners out there that are in their homes that don't have mortgages, or have very little mortgages, or are locked into a mortgage, have no intentions of selling at the moment or anything else, they're just tracking value on their homes, it didn't really have much change or much impact on their lives.
Well, the pool of buyers that might be eligible to purchase their home hasn't shrunk because nobody was priced out with a rate hike.
And in all reality, those shoppers, they've already met with their banks, they've already been pre-qualified, and they've already got a locked-in rate for 60 or 90 days. So they're out there actively shopping, and while they looked at that hold as, okay, that's good news, it really didn't have a lot of impact on their buying decisions.
No, I think if anything, and if you feel differently, let me know. But what I think is going to happen over the next few weeks is that the lack of a rate hike is going to put a little bit of extra confidence in the minds of the buyers who are out there shopping. There'll be a little bit more stability in their plans and in the rate. That alone should spur a little bit of an uptick in activity. I don't think it's going to be dramatic.
I think a week to 10 days we'll have that honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
And then it'll click in some people's head that, oh my God, we got another rate increase review coming up first week of October.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the cycle will start all over again.
Oh yeah.
If they hold in October, I think that may trigger a little bit more relief from the buyer perspective and desire to want to get out there. If it goes back up again, which that probability will be there for quite some time, what's that going to do?
Another rate hold, you're right, will certainly add further confidence and stability.
That's what it did back in our spring market, right?
Yeah, exactly. But even if it doesn't, like you said, the next couple of weeks we'll probably see a little bit of an uptick. Trepidation will start setting in again around what's going to happen with the October rate increase. As you said when we started this video, the only constant constant thing is change.
Yep.
I think we'll continue to see that regardless. The way real estate is, it's a moving target, and we just have to do our best to navigate it and help our clients through it.
When it comes to August, I think we saw exactly what we were expecting to see with the numbers. It continued to follow that seasonal trend line, which is always good news to see. As we drilled down deeper and deeper into things, we got to see that there was some consistency within neighborhoods and home types within those areas, which was all good news. If that trend holds true, we should have a nice start into the fall market now with September. So,
And if that trend holds true, it should likely spell that this entire calendar year will have followed normal real estate seasonal trends.
which we haven't seen before the pandemic.
Which has been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
So,
Maybe there is a little bit of consistency there after all.
so one of the things that I've really noticed just this week is that the activity levels are picking up in terms of my activity. First business day after the long weekend, the phone rang 3 times from people I hadn't talked to and probably wouldn't have talked to otherwise if they weren't starting to think about what's happening in the fall market. I'm expecting, as I've said already, that the activity is going to pick up. Anybody watching this video is thinking that they want to get into the market this fall. I think now is a good time, and get in touch with one of us. We'd be happy to guide you through it.
No, I agree. I've had some people that have reached out to me that have been on the sidelines for a little bit, trying to enjoy the summer, but it seems like Labor Day, the long weekend is over, summer, official end of summer, and people are like, okay, now it's time to start looking at what we're going to do this fall. So we do have some clients that are going to be looking at buying. I do have some clients that are considering selling. If you are thinking about buying or selling, please reach out, because we do have some clients that are looking to get on the market, and it might be the right time to make a move.
There's definitely new inventory coming, so if you haven't found what you're looking for yet, probably coming shortly.